world is full of places where horror seems to linger. Abandoned houses, derelict hospitals, and uninhabited islands. They seem to hold a strange allure for many of us. But sometimes we might find something different on these seemingly cursed places. Something that defies explanation but captures our attention. Imagine an island shrouded in mist, remnants of civilization lying silent and still, and whispers of a terrifying mystery that remains unsolved. Welcome to the story of a mysterious island that happened in Algeria. It was an ordinary day when a group of friends decided to embark on an adventure to explore a nearby island off the coast of Algeria. The island, known locally as the Isle of the Dead, had long been shrouded in mystery, and local legends spoke of strange occurrences and a dark history. As they approached the island, a thick fog rolled in, enveloping everything in an eerie silence. The once familiar coastline became obscured, and they found themselves in a world of mist and uncertainty. But their curiosity was piqued, and they pressed on, determined to uncover the secrets hidden within the fog. Upon reaching the shore, the group noticed peculiar formations resembling human figures frozen in time. At first it seemed like a playful trick of the mist, but as they drew closer, they realized that what they were seeing was something truly bizarre. These figures were made of a strange black tar, each one contorted in a grotesque manner, like tortured souls trapped in a never-ending scream. They stood, silently watching, their expressions of agony forever imprinted on their faces. This scene was not only disturbing, but also deeply unsettling. It brought with it a sense of dread, making it clear that this island was no ordinary place. As the friends ventured deeper into the island, they stumbled upon an abandoned structure that looked like a watchtower standing stoically against the relentless sea. Its weathered walls bore silent witness to the island's enigmatic past. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, they decided to climb the tower, hoping to gain a better understanding of the island's haunting history. Each step up the tower seemed to take them further into a realm where logic and reason seemed to have no hold. As they ascended, the air grew heavy with an oppressive atmosphere that seemed to press down on them. When they finally reached the top, they were greeted by a sight that left them speechless. Stretching before them was a vast network of tunnels concealed beneath the island. These tunnels were not mere subterranean passages. They appeared to be some sort of a labyrinth, a maze of darkness that led into the very heart of the island. But there was more. Etched onto the walls of the tunnels were strange symbols and patterns that defied recognition. They seemed like cryptic messages from a forgotten language, hinting at the existence of something ancient and perhaps sinister. What could these markings signify? Were they a record of past inhabitants, or something more otherworldly? As the friends stood there contemplating the mystery, they couldn't shake off the feeling that they were being watched. A cold shiver ran down their spines, and the sound of their own breathing echoed ominously in their ears. In that moment, the island's ominous reputation as the Isle of the Dead seemed less like a legend and more like a chilling reality. The thought of venturing into those dark tunnels alone filled them with dread, knowing that they might never emerge again. The mystery of the island deepened, and with it, the danger. But driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, they decided to descend into the tunnels, hoping to unravel the secrets that lay hidden in the darkness. With each step into the tunnels, the weight of the island's mysteries seemed to press down on them. The darkness was absolute, broken only by the dim light filtering through the cracks above. The air grew colder, sending shivers down their spines. Suddenly, one of the friends noticed something that made the hair on his neck stand on end. In the distance, they heard a faint sound, a low, guttural voice that seemed to emanate from the very walls of the tunnel. It was a sound that carried with it an ancient sorrow, a lament from a soul trapped in eternal torment. Fear threatened to paralyze them, but their shared determination to face the unknown together pushed them forward. As they cautiously moved deeper into the tunnels, the sound grew louder, becoming a haunting melody that seemed to weave tales of despair and loss. With every echoing syllable, the island's dark history unfolded, revealing fragments of a story that had been buried for centuries. But as they journeyed further, the tunnels seemed to twist and turn in impossible ways, creating a disorienting labyrinth that tested their sanity. They walked in near silence, the oppressive atmosphere broken only by the distant laments that seemed to mock their presence. The tunnels were not just a passageway, they were a portal to another world, a world where shadows danced menacingly and the boundaries between reality and nightmare blurred. And then they saw it, an opening at the end of the tunnel. Hope surged through them as they approached, the faint light beckoning like a beacon in the darkness. But as they stepped out, they realized they had emerged into a place that was both familiar and alien. Before them lay a vast cavern illuminated by an ethereal glow emanating from the walls themselves. The air shimmered with an otherworldly energy, setting the hairs on their arms on end. The cavern was adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change like liquid shadows. And in the center, bathed in the eerie glow, stood a monolithic structure that hummed with an inexplicable power. It was a moment of epiphany. All the fragments of the island's history, the cryptic markings, the haunting lament, they all coalesced in this one place. This was the heart of the island, the nexus of its power and mystery. But as they basked in their discovery, a sudden shift in the energy of the cavern sent chills down their spines. The humming grew louder, the shadows more intense. The monolithic structure seemed to pulse with an otherworldly light. They were witnessing the island's raw power awakening, and it was both exhilarating and terrifying. In that instant, they understood that they were mere visitors in a realm that existed beyond human comprehension. And with that realization came a profound sense of humility and a deep respect for the mysteries that still remained. But their adventure was far from over, for as they stood there marveling at the island's wonders, they sensed that they were not alone. There was a presence in the cavern, something ancient and powerful that had been awakened by their intrusion. Fear gnawed at their hearts as they felt eyes boring into their backs, heavy footsteps echoing behind them. The entity pursued them relentlessly through the winding tunnels, its presence growing stronger with each passing moment. They ran, their breaths echoing in their ears, the sound of their own mortality drumming in their chests. The cavern's haunting melody, now a sinister symphony of pursuit. They burst out of the tunnel into the daylight, stumbling onto the beach, gasping for breath, their bodies trembling with terror. Behind them, the island loomed, its secrets held close, its mysteries unsolved. As they fled, they knew they were not just escaping a physical pursuer, but a confrontation with the unknown, with the darkness that lies at the edge of human understanding. The experience left them forever changed, bound by a shared trauma and a newfound respect for the unseen forces that shape our world. The island stood, silent, its secrets buried deep, waiting for another curious soul to stumble upon its shores and awaken its slumbering mysteries. So, I ask you, would you venture to this mysterious island? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Your support means everything to me. Thank you for watching.